Hey everyone, so I got two things that I want you to do for homework approaching this Friday. One of them is going to be to take that "You Are So Beautiful" worksheet and just print it out and fill it out. And if you need to, if you don't have a printer, you could just kind of copy the chord progression and copy the exercise that goes along with it with finding scale degree flat six. And you'll see the instructions on the worksheet pretty much are self-explanatory and they show what to do. So fill it out, complete it, and when you're done, upload whatever you did. The "You Are So Beautiful" assignment. It probably will be multiple pages, especially if you print it out. So make sure you use a PDF scanner to make the whole assignment one PDF. Meaning, take pictures of all three and then save it as one PDF. Please don't send individual pages, but upload "You Are So Beautiful" as one PDF at the space indicated on the OL, which you'll see. Now, the next part of the assignment is you're going to see a document called Chord Progressions for Oral Skills Exam. Now, in the days of yore, pre-video conference classes and things like that, I used to give an ear training test based on some basic chord progressions as to what that use both secondary dominance and subdominant minor modal interchange. In this case, we can't really do that, so I'm still kind of trying to determine what I want to do. But for now, I want you to take all the chord progressions that include secondary dominance, which is chord progressions number 1 through number 5, and I want you to just write each progression out. Probably do 2 in one key, 2 in another key, and 2 in another key using four-way closed voice leading. So what that means, I'm going to do an example of one right now. Let's pick a key for chord progression number 1. So you'll see that if you look at the worksheet, one of them is the Roman numerals are 1, 5, 7 of 2, 2, 5, and 1. And I drew arrows and brackets in there because, well, we're at Berkeley. We should. So I did. In the meantime, what I would do at that point is then if I just picked, and you should pick any key, it'd be cool if you did different keys for each one. Maybe at least do like 3 different keys between the 5 examples. But I picked the key of F major for the sake of this. First thing I might do would be to write out the Roman numeral, write out what the chord symbols are based on the Roman numerals. So I would look to all the diatonic chords first. So obviously if you're in the key of F, 1 is F. 5, 7, and 2. If you want to, hold off on that for a second and just fill out the 2 chord. What's 2? Well, what are the notes in an F major scale? F, G, done. G minor 7. What's 5? F, G, A, B flat, C. Again, major scales fast. You know how I feel about that. And F. Now, I should fix that 7 pretty bad. I need to go a perfect fifth above G, right? To get 5, 7, and 2. What's a perfect fifth above G? That's D7. Okay. First thing I would do is in the bass clef, I would just fill in all the bass notes. I'd go F. I'd go D. And you can just do all whole notes for these. There. F, D, G, C, F. Okay? So now, in the remaining voices, I would fill out I would use 3 voices in the treble clef. This isn't the only way to do this. You could use 1 voice in the bass clef. I think it's easier if you just write 3 voices in the bass clef. So if it's a 7th chord, leave the root out. If it's a triad, just double the root. I would just double the root. So I'm going to pick... This doesn't need to be the only place you start. You can pick a different inversion, but the key is on the next chord I need to voice lead, which in this particular case is pretty easy. Because the closest possible voice leading, I didn't really line that up super well. It's weird writing on a marker board. It's not on the board. It's in my hand and it's very tiny, but even that's not super lined up, but you get the idea. Next, I'm going to go to G minor 7. So I'll probably do something like this, and I'm going to speed up the process a little bit and just fill in everything, just because I'm kind of fast at it. And you do something like this. Now, ultimately, it would be good if, if we were having an ear training test, that, we still might, I don't know. I just don't know how to exactly execute it at this point. But either way, if you really want to get familiar with these sounds, the most important thing you can do is play them on piano. So while this isn't a requirement, one thing I think I probably will do or one of the things I'm thinking about, we can talk about it in our class, but I was thinking about having you submit recordings of these, like yourself playing, like a video of yourself playing these progressions on piano, rather than do an ear training test. So I don't know. In either case, playing the piano is like going to be helpful. Notice how slow I'm going. See how slow that is? I'm not really preparing for a gig. I'm just watching where all the voices go. Just like that. Like, I'm not saying you have to go. If you can, that's great. And if you can add tensions and all that, that's great. But for right now, I think it would just be important just to practice the voice leading of it, just to get the idea, to actually see on the piano, like how all this is working. Sorry for my text messages. That's now it's off. This is just like a real class, you know. Everybody should have their phones up. Whatever. Sorry. But yeah, so you get the idea. I think that ultimately, really, I think what's going to be good here is just making sure you're getting fluent with the voice leading and fluent with the piano stuff. After this week, now these are all the secondary dominant progressions. I also, if you look through the sheet, the aural skills progression sheet, you'll notice the second 5 all have to do with subdominant minor modal interchange. But I'll let you kind of get your hands dirty with the You Are So Beautiful worksheet. Not a bad idea to play those progressions on the You Are So Beautiful worksheet on piano either. Remember, just go slow. You don't have to play them in time, but just visualizing where each note goes. Very, very important. So have at it. Good luck.